Hey everyone, Matt here from BeyondGrappling.com, universityofjudo.com. Thought I'd do a video today for you on a bit of a recap of the Olympic Games. I know it's about a month late. I've had a lot going on. I've been wanting to do this video for a while, but haven't had a chance to kind of upload and to film it. So my Olympic experience this year was really awesome to watch. It's really cool that Tokyo is the same timeline as Australia. So I'm at home during the day, so I can watch nearly all the prelims of nearly every single day. The judo itself, there wasn't many major techniques, okay, and I think this was a big reflection of the rule changes, okay, where yukos are now wazaris and 2 wazaris equals a nippon. So now there's a lot of matches where there wasn't really many massive throws. Like if you look at the overall kind of highlight reel, there wasn't as many major huge ippons. There's a lot of rolling techniques, a lot of small yukos that are now 2 wazaris and equals nippon. So I was a little bit disappointed in that regard. Firstly, not many major throws. Secondly, what I didn't like is a lot of fights go to golden score. Once again, reflected of the rules in that penalties don't mean the other person gets a score, in which case at the end of a match, if 2 people have 2 penalties, no one gets a score. It then goes into overtime and his first score wins. And what I found is that there was so many matches went to golden score. So firstly, judo players have a different cardio system now than what it used to be. Usually it was a 5-minute match, and after 5 minutes, because the penalties would mean the other person got a score, it'd be a lot more power-based sport. But what I found is some of these matches are going a lot longer than usual, and it's really switching into the cardio zone later on in the match, which is pretty exciting to watch. So a bit disappointing how a lot of matches went to golden score, even matches that didn't need to. Like you kind of have a stronger nation versus a weaker nation, like a Japan versus another, and it still went to golden score. I might just get out there and throw someone. This is a reflection of, firstly, a 4-minute match is not long. If you've done a tournament recently, you kind of grip up a little bit and you look at the clock and it's 2 minutes down already, and you're like, oh, there's only 2 minutes left, a minute 55, haven't even done anything. So a 4-minute match means that if I get scored against in the first 30 seconds or the first minute, it's so hard to chase that score down. And that's what you found now in judo, is that if I get a wazari early on, I can dog the match, and I very rarely get 3 penalties to get disqualified, so I win the match. So that was the first one, just in terms of long matches, not many major throws. Lastly, 𝗦𝗢𝗖𝗓. Women seem to be the only people that do 𝗦𝗢𝗓. There were some guys that did 𝗦𝗢𝗓, but mostly the women were the ones doing a lot of the 𝗦𝗢𝗓. Once again, I think this is because when someone's locked up really tight, it takes a lot of energy. It's a lot of energy to open someone up. Referee says mate, and a lot of your energy is being wasted. I know it's a free shot, and I'm 100% for attacking in 𝗦𝗢𝗓, but if you've done a judo tournament as well, you would know that you go from tachiwaza is loose and fast, you go to 𝗦𝗢𝗓 and it becomes a grind. It's a grind. You got to get up and go back to loose and fast, and it's quite a drain on the energy systems. But I still thought it was interesting that there wasn't much 𝗦𝗢𝗓 in the men's categories. In the women's, there was a lot more consistent 𝗦𝗢𝗓. I think to change this, we need to start, if they need to start penalising people on their stomach doing nothing, that should be the penalty, which will make people turn and face and start fighting. Sorry. Hey Sam, you back already? Visited me and I forgot where I was at, so I had to pause the video and start again. But so we need to start penalising people going face down, which will then make people turn and face, in which case it will create definitely more opportunities in 𝗦𝗢𝗓. The other thing I'd like to see a bit more of is if someone goes belly down and I get kind of the jiu-jitsu 2 hooks in, belly down, that should be a hold down, because you can't escape it. So that will once again make people turn and face and start opening up the 𝗦𝗢𝗓 a little bit more, which will then encourage more 𝗦𝗢𝗓 in both the men's and women's categories. So not many major throws, because there's a lot of wazaris are worth so much these days, with yukos now being wazaris. So women's categories, a lot of 𝗦𝗢𝗓, men's not so much. And lastly, the cardio system. So, and lastly, I've had a lot of people say, Matt, what are the rule changes going to be to make the judo more exciting? And I think in the end, what makes exciting judo players is not the rules, but the players. You saw it at the Olympics. The people that wanted to win by ippon were exciting to watch. The Onos, the Mariyamas, the Abbeys. And then there's other guys that just want to, other guys and other players just want to win any way they can. And I get it, it's the Olympics, it's a big deal. But rule changes don't change mindsets, if you get what I mean. We need more players trying to win for ippon and win big. And rule changes aren't going to make that happen, I don't think. So what I would really love to see for rule changes moving on in the future, even though I know the IGF don't care about me, but I'm just going to throw it out there, I'd love to see matches go back to 5 minutes for men and women. Because so many matches, a person got a 𝗦𝗢𝗖𝗓 in the first minute, dogged the rest of the match, did nothing, but they didn't get the 3 penalties and they won the match. Oh, the other thing I'd like to see is, if I'm fighting you and I get a 𝗦𝗢𝗓, then 30 seconds, this is a wrestling, wrestling used to have this years and years ago. If I'm fighting you and I get a 𝗦𝗢𝗓 in the first 30 seconds, and then I'm dogging the match, and then with 30 seconds to go, you score a 𝗦𝗢𝗓 on me, you win the match. At the end of the time limit, we both got a 𝗦𝗢𝗓, but you got the last score, so you win. So it becomes last score wins, essentially. It's easy for the spectators to understand. He got last score wins. He wins. That's going to stop players dogging the match completely, because if I dog the match completely, they get thrown for 𝗦𝗢𝗓, it's okay, because I've got another minute to catch up. Or I go to golden score, where I can then catch the score back. But with this rule change, where if it's even score, the last score wins, it's going to make the person that's dogging the match not doing much to actually have to look at scoring again. So it'll hopefully change that mindset of wanting people to score again. So I'd love to see matches go back to 5 minutes to make people either get penalised that third time to be disqualified because they dog it, or allows the other person to catch that second 𝗦𝗢𝗓 to be able to even up the score, but then they win because it's the last score wins. I'd love to see someone that's belly down with 2 hooks in, that should be a hold down. 100% that should be a hold down. That'll make people turn and face. I'd love to see if someone's on their stomach for 10 seconds doing nothing, that is also a penalty. That would make people turn and face and allow 𝗦𝗢𝗓 to continue. I'd love to see, that's about it. That's what I'd love to see. Those 4 or 5, whatever I said, rule changes, I think would really open up the game of judo. But in the end, ippon scoring judo players isn't a rule set thing, it's a mindset thing. And the best players in the world are always looking at winning and getting those scores, and I think that's what makes them stand out as the best. So there are kind of some of my insights for the Olympics this year. Let me know what you thought about the Olympics. What did you like about it? What do you want to see changed? What rule sets do you want to see changed? But everyone, have a great week as always. Thanks for always watching my videos and commenting and supporting me and everything I do. Have a great week. And remember, we do a technique video every Monday. We do a workout every Wednesday. Have a great week, and I'll talk to you soon. Oh, yeah. The old knees. Oh yeah.